Hello everybody and welcome back to another video where today we are here back in, well, we're back on the channel but we're not actually in Roblox. Today we're trying something out that is a little different but it's along the same lines as some other content. Today we are here in Pokemon Showdown. Now, yeah, this is basically just going to be an introduction and also just like a little showcase as to the kind of teams I use. Now, if you've never played Pokemon Showdown before or if you have, and yeah, I would like to go over some of the basics basically. So in every team you need a core. Now as you can see here I've got quite a bit of a core, and basically a core needs 3 Pokemon, preferably. Maybe you could have 2, which are attack and maybe 1 offensive and 1 defensive. Right here I've gone for a grass, fire, water core because these all cover each other's weaknesses. Because if you think about it, grass is weak to fire, and fire obviously resists fire, and fire is weak to water, and then water resists water, and now water is weak to grass, and grass resists grass. And as you can see, they've got their own like kind of bulk, but obviously we can't have all of them being bulky because we still need some sort of attack. Now over here we've got some sort of like add-ons which complement these guys quite nicely. So as you can see, for example, when Gyarados Mega Evolves, that gives me a ground weakness here if the air balloon ever pops, which obviously in the metagame where moves like knockoff are relevant and moves that get rid of the air balloon are prominent, you're going to need something to cover for that, since this thing is basically my main bulk here. So what we have is we have Gliscor over here, who, as well as freeing a ground type immunity, we have also Defog to get rid of any stats, get rid of any hazards. We've got Clefable as our cleric, which I love having cleric on every single team I make. I was planning on making it a dark type cleric, like Umbreon or something, so we could deal with the dark types because of Zoroark Hisuian, and also because, you know, dark resists dark, but also fairy resists dark. But I wasn't overly reliant on Whimsicott surviving for those dark type attacks, so I went with obviously Clefable. Now for Hisuian Zoroark, this is basically just a throwaway gimmick that I like throwing onto teams that I don't actually have anything to do with. I think it seems like other teams I don't actually have Hisuian Zoroark on them, and these are more just like they're all very gimmicky teams. I think this one over here, which is my main team, is the only one without like a set gimmick. But it obviously has like, you know, the lead attacker, the backup attacker, which is more of a main attacker. This is the gimmick, which is what the plan is here, is to abuse multi-scale, which is ability, which multi-scale actually halves attacks that it takes while it's at full health. Now paired with Clefable, who can heal his health, it becomes pretty good. And also what I plan to do is with this guy is Dragon Dance then Scale Shot, and with the loaded dice, Scale Shot makes the loaded dice makes the Scale Shot hit the max amount of times. I think it says 2 out of 5 times. But yeah, as you can see, the team is looking pretty good. We've got Rillaboom for the extra coverage. We've got Sableye for sending out the obviously the stats conditions. The only thing I'm noticing now is, why would it need speed if it has Prankster? Because all these are priority moves anyway, unless they're the dark type. So yeah, obviously I'm not the best at Pokemon, but you know, I'm getting there. Over here we are still using Prankster. We're using the Light Screen Reflect comboed with Mega Beedrill, which has abysmal stats, but with the pair up of Light Screen Reflect, it takes hits very well. Now obviously we have Heatran, and we have Rotom Wash here, which is in its most basic set, which is the defensive set. We've got Togekiss here for the cleric, and then we've got Tatsugiri here for the coverage. Now there's actually I think there was a set that I used, I don't actually recall. But yeah, the main team we're going to be going for this video is the Whimsicott team, which is basically just Whimsicott leads, and you know, I think we'll get onto the video and then I'll actually show you what the plan is with Whimsicott, because it's pretty broken. Okay, so as you can see, this guy has absolutely stacked up his team with legendaries. We have a Tapu Fini, a Dragonite, a Scizor, a Zamazenta base form, since it's a shield form, it's actually locked to the Uber tier. We have Iron Treads, and we have a Lomomola. Now, when it tells me what the order the team would want to be, I think I want to put Heatran last, since Zoroark's ability only applies to the last Pokemon in your team, and since this guy is weak to fighting, not primarily, but still weak to fighting. We can cover for that with Zoroark when it transforms into it. Now, Tapu Fini, I don't think it hits me for super effective damage at any point here. So I think we can go ahead and safely Moonblast. I think that has pretty good special defense though, which isn't good. We can go ahead and switch out into... so I think... So Steel definitely resists flying, so we'll go ahead and do that. Mega Evolve, Dragon Dance. So I don't think this guy hits me for super effective damage across the board. Maybe it'll predict me Mega Evolving, but by the time it does, I think I'll already have Dragon Dance up and I'll be able to... Oh, there we go. Great. Okay, so Quark Drive Speed. I'm not too sure if I outspeed in this situation, but I'm pretty sure I do. Unless it pulls out close combat, then I might be screwed. I mean, we'll have to see, obviously. Now, my Gyarados is on 2 times attack and speed, but the thing is here, this guy's stalling with his Aloma Molder. That is only because Aloma Molder gets the Regenerator ability, and that means that when it switches out, it recovers a third of its health, which isn't helpful in my case, but it's something we can manage. Now, Bullet Punch will resist, which means we can take out the Scissor, but it'll probably switch back into a Aloma Molder and Flip Turn, which means... Oh no, never mind. I miscalculated. Let's see. Extreme Speed KOs, we can go ahead and come into... Let's see, we'll go ahead into... Leech Seed, because they'll probably switch to Tapu Fini. Yep. Oh, Leech Seed. Oh, avoided Leech Seed. Okay. We can go ahead and go into... I need a Steel type attack. I think I should get rid of Magma Storm here and get Flash Cannon, because this is definitely becoming a problem. We'll go ahead and go into Glasgow, because it's a water type, but when do you ever get a water type attack? Yeah, so you use Taunt, which means we can go ahead and knock off. And since we had a safe switch, we finally got the Toxic off with the Toxic Orb. Now it's just a case of whether, yep, we survived the attack, because we are fully invested in physical defense. No, special defense. We are fully invested in special defense. We can go ahead, come to here, and now we can go with Bitter Malice, since it doesn't actually resist Fairy, which is good for us, so we can not do that much damage actually. I was expecting that to be a little more. Okay, so I think we are definitely going to lose this game, but this is pretty much the premise of what I wanted to show you in this video. Now, what the strategy here is, the second you get Leech Seed off and you don't die to the first attack, what it is, it's a mix of Substitute and Draining. This is Substitute and Protect, which, since Leech Seed is draining the health, and also you're getting HP from the leftovers, you can be continually gaining HP, so you can set up Substitute, so basically double Protect. That's essentially what it is. So yeah, maybe you can weave in Moonblast occasionally, but you know, I reckon he's going to keep setting up this his defense, which is not actually great for me, but as long as we keep this up, then it will die eventually. As you can see, yeah, Leech Seed did its job, because now the Tapu Fini is dead. Now that I've shown off the strategy here, I think we can go to another battle and actually show off what my other strategies are with these Pokemon. And when you look at that, he forfeited. Now that is basically the premise of what I do with Whimsicott, and I think today's video we can see how many people will either rage quit or how many people will beat. So right now we're on 1 win, and I think we'll count the last loss I made, because I made some pretty stupid choices, and that kind of cost me a battle in literally just a previous clip that I deleted because I was embarrassed because I'm an idiot. Okay, so with this team here, my plan is a little different. Now, we lead off with Rabombi to get the Sticky Web and maybe spread a bit of Toxic. Raging Ball obviously comes in since it's on 273 speed. As the second Sticky Web goes down, any Pokemon that come in that might have outspeeded it might actually just go down. Now we have Weezing here, because as you can see, 3 of my Pokemon are weak to ground. So we can use the Levitate definitely. It also has Strange Steam here, which is a pretty good attack, and also it had a chance to confuse. Toxic to spread around the poison, because it is very annoying when it comes to it, to block out any sweepers. Taunt, so maybe you can't get hit by Toxic, or maybe maybe they try pulling out like a cell Pokemon, like a hazard setter. Like for example, Garchomp. Garchomp's a very potent setup sweeper, and also a very potent hazard setter. Now defog is for if we ever get, it's just evasive maneuvers, because obviously we don't want to get rid of our sticky web, but you know, it kind of has to come to that sometimes. Now Cloyster here, I don't really know what I'm thinking, because I think this was to get rid of the hazards on our side without getting rid of the hazards that we set on their side. Now, I think this was more what I was supposed to be using instead of defog, but I think defog more of just like a last ditch effort. Now, Jirachi is the real star of this team. I know Raging Bolt was supposed to be sort of like main guy, but Jirachi is definitely the shining star. What my plan here is to set up Iron Defense and Calm Mind, because obviously Jirachi has a great defensive typing, Steel resists just about everything, and Psychic gets rid of its fighting weakness, while also giving it weaknesses on its own. But then again, Steel resists most of what Psychic is immune to, or is weak to. Now, as you can see, we have Iron Defense and Calm Mind, and if we look at stored power here, it adds 20 power for each of these boosted stats. Now with Wish as well, we can keep our health up, and also because of leftovers, it heals us over time. Serene Grace doesn't help us out as much as I would have liked, but you know, it doesn't really matter. Now Incineroar is really just the utility here. Now I'm only just noticing I put the Assault Vest on it while also giving it Fake Out. I might have to give it maybe Berry or maybe the leftovers. I'm not too sure, I'm still thinking about that. But I think I'm gonna have to check Smogon to see what the what I could give it, because I'm not really sure. Because obviously Assault Vest is great, but the only thing is Fake Out. Oh wait, no, Fake Out's an attacking move. Wait, never mind. I think I was thinking of Parting Shot instead. Yeah, I was thinking of giving it Parting Shot, but I didn't actually end up doing it. Anyway, yeah, we'll go and roll into a game. It's going to be a short clip this time, because obviously I'm trying to keep these to 4-minute clips as max, because obviously my video editor doesn't like massive clips. Now if you look over here, they seem to have a baby team, it looks like. All apart from Jangmo, I think, Komodo. There we go, got it in the end. So obviously that seems like the big powerhouse here. We can go ahead Toxic, because I know this guy's going to be the head honcho here. We outspeed it at base, but the meta with Komodo is doing Clanger Assault Blaze. Only thing is though, it's a Dragon type attack and we are a Fairy type, so it means we'll have to switch out. Actually, Toxic doesn't actually seem the best bet here. We'll go ahead and Sticky Web. If it stays in, then we still outspeed, and we have the Sash, which means we survive one attack. Even then, it doesn't have an attack for us unless it pulled out a Fire type attack. Yeah, I knew it. Anyway, we'll go ahead and switch out into let's see. So Fairy type attacks, which means Steel resist that. We can go ahead into here and we can start Iron Defensing and Calm Minding. Now this thing is a physical attacker, which means we can safely get our defenses up. And obviously it doesn't have anything for us because Fairy resists Fairy, and we resist the other thing, what was it called? Steel, we resist Steel, which is good. Unless this thing pulls out like Earthquake or something, I doubt we're going to have any trouble. Don't pull out Earthquake, don't do that. Don't do that. Expanding Force, here we go. Well, not Expanding Force, Stored Power. 55 HP, great, Wish. Yep, I think we're good here. Stored Power, again. And now I'm kind of counting on not dying here. Great. Then we can go with Wish again so we can survive another attack. Okay. So he's doing horrible at predicting me. We'll go ahead with Iron Defense again so we can survive an attack. Shirley, oh great. We get Sucker Punched, but it doesn't matter since we're on 4 times defense, which means our Expanding Force will do numbers. Now the only thing I'm scared of is Komodo, and also I think that outspeeds me. But we can go ahead and Wish since we've got amazing. Oh, that is actually not great. We don't actually have a Cleric on this team either, do we? Nah, that's not good. But, you know, it's something we can live with because Paralysis only works half the time and we weren't counting on speed anyway. Okay, now our Jirachi has gone down and this thing does have it actually no, it doesn't have Levitate, so I think we are safe to come in with Incineroar, and we can actually I'll save Incineroar for Komodo. we'll come back in with you, bait the fire type attack, and we'll go ahead into Cloister. We'll go ahead and Rock Blast this thing out of here. Since we don't, do we outspeed it? No, we don't outspeed it. Oh, we do outspeed it because of the Sticky Web. See, that's why, because all the Pokemon on my team are relatively slow, as are any Pokemon in OU, but with the Sticky Web, they get up there, just about. Now, we can go ahead with Rock Blast again. This thing does have amazing defenses and also resist rock, which means we won't do much to it, but, yeah, I kind of saw that coming. We can go ahead and Explosion now, because it didn't actually... Oh, it might have soundproof. That might not. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we can cook up here. Now, its speed is 295 times... Oh, no, it's going on a higher speed. Right, okay. That's fine. It's on base speed now, which is 295. 156, we don't exactly... we aren't exactly going to live an attack from this guy, but at least we can fake out, get that chip, and then switch into maybe Raging Bolt or something. Okay, so you're a Dragon Fighting type, and we can go with... Oh, right, yeah, ignore stat change. We can go ahead with this and Dark Lariat. Never mind, it resists it. We'll go ahead with Blaze Kick, but I don't think we're going to survive. This guy might just sweep me. We can come into here with using Strange Steam, Fairy type attack. It is quad weak, so it'll either have to switch or it might just decide to brute force it. Now with each Shadow Claw, Strange Steam comes in and it one-shots. Amazing. Absolute cinema. And would you look at that, we won. Now this next team uses some of my favourites like Excavalier and Appleton, but basically this team is a Trick Room team. It abuses Trick Room. Now Hatcherene is the lead here. It has Trick Room, Thunder Wave, Substitute, Protect. Now what my plan is to lead up with Thunder Wave and then Trick Room. I decided Hatcherene so we could deflect any beginning hazards. Because I found that hazards were a problem for this team since they are pretty especially defensive, and also Excavalier does not like hazards, and as my main attacker here. We have Ordino here, also with Trick Room, just in case any of these two are out of commission. We've got the Ordinite, just in case we need that extra defense, but it does get rid of Regenerator, so I'm pretty apprehensive. We've got Pluton here with the Specs and Thick Fat, which gets rid of its halves attacks that do super effective damage, basically anyway. So Ice type attacks, which is double weak to do half damage, which is great for any surprises. We are investing 200 special attack and 120 in both defenses. 68 in HP, since it already has 110 HP, and we've got all kinds of moves here. Now, Appleton doesn't have great coverage, but you know, it's not an astronomical special attack. And Apple Acid here, it has a 100% chance to lower the special defense by 1 of the opponent, which is actually pretty broken, seeing that as it has specs as well, which means they'll be doing extra damage. Now, Rapidash here is really just for the coverage and just in case the Trick Room strat goes down. As a Focus Sash, since it is pretty fragile. I didn't put Scarf on it originally, but then I thought that maybe just using Focus Sash would be better, since if it survives an attack, it's better than getting one-shotted with the Scarf, because there's still things that outspeed it in National Decks. So yeah, we've got Flare Blitz, Play Rough, Plunge Up, High Horsepower. These two don't do as much damage I would like them to, but then again it's obviously because they outstab and also because it's a single type Pokemon, which means it's going to have obviously less stab than normal. Now, Porygon 2 is the real shining star of this team. Not because, you know, it is great with Trick Room. Actually, one of its things is literally if it's slowest, then its attack is basically double. The thing is with this guy is it has great defenses. 90 defenses all around, and it has 85 base HP, which at first glance doesn't look too good, but it gives it 370 HP, and also it gets the Eviolite since it can evolve. It can evolve into Porygon Z, which makes it pretty OP since, if you do a bit of maths here, 256 times 1.5 is around 370, I think. I'm going to have to fact check that actually, let me fact check it. Yeah, around 370, like 380 or something. And its moves, they are great. I think they definitely would be better, but because of download, it gets an attack boost. Well, a special attack boost, depending on the foe's weaker defense, which, I'm going to be honest, it hasn't worked out with the best for me, but then again, having Analytic is not going to be much better. And also Trace, it is a double-bladed sword. Now, obviously, Scavally, here we have the choice band. That's mainly why I got rid of the choice scarf, because if you'll come to find you will come to find out that I don't really like having 2 scarf Pokemon on a single team. So here we have basic attacks: Mega Horn, Iron Head, Drill Run plus Combat. We are invested 200 in attack, and we also have the plus in attack. We have the deficit in speed, so it can abuse Trick Room. We have great defenses, still 68 HP. I don't know what it is with 68 and 120. I don't know why I still did those two. Yeah, I'm not too sure. And we have a roll around in a game with this. I'm less confident in this team because obviously I'm not brave with Trick Room. I'm gonna be honest. I think I might actually. Yeah, here we are. So yeah, here's the team. We'll go ahead and roll up into a game. Anyway, yeah, here we can go ahead and do that. Go with Drill Run again. So really, the paralysis isn't actually for the slower enemies, it's for the faster enemies that at speed as how it is would not still be open to actually using the, yes, as you can see, the Eviolite buffs it to 384. Now the reason I did that was because obviously the great defenses. We'll go ahead with Trick Room here, and now I had a whole train of thought, but I completely forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, Drain Punch kind of sweeps. We can go ahead with Side Shock, and this thing will be lowered. We can go with Appleton here. Go ahead with Apple Acid, so we can actually get rid of this thing. Yep, it's gone. Now, I think I kind of messed up here because maybe I should have stayed with Hatterene. Oh yeah, what I was going to say is I only have Thunder Wave and Hatterene for the faster enemies that won't actually be slower than my attackers, even with the half defense, and even the half speed, because the reason for that is because Thunder Wave is actually pretty good for switching in and actually doing damage. Now, actually, should I? I think I should go into Hatterene since. Alright, yeah. We'll go ahead with Thunder Wave here. Flare Blitz. Oh, we don't actually need that. We can go ahead with. Okay, it's on 2 times speed, which means. What can I do here? I could go with you. Go with. Okay, we'll go ahead with High Horsepower then. Let's see how this works. Yep, Sash, and it is gone. Great. Now, Keldeo, I'm kind of scared for, but I think we should be alright. 346, 339. Yeah, Dark Speed here. Secret Sword is not great, but we can go ahead into here. We can go with Wish, Trick Room. Oh, we can go with, yeah. Oh, great. Appleton. We can go ahead and use Apple Acid. Now, I don't think I actually live here. Alright, great. Apple Acid. And no, it was pretty close though. It was pretty close. Now, I would go through these next few teams here, but you know, I thought that this video is getting pretty long, and like, you know, I kind of just wanted to do a series, and I don't feel like making a team every week. So, if this video does do good, then I will come back to Pokemon Showdown, and I will show you the rest of my teams. I might even show you some other strategies I usually use, but because recently I got a new PC, which means all my teams have vanished with that old PC. So if this video does good, then I can go back to that and we can transfer some teams, because they are pretty gimmicky teams, I'll be honest. I think I had a Crocodile team as well. I don't like playing in Ubers, because Ubers is kind of just legendary slot, but you know, other people play for fun, and obviously, what can you say if someone's actually having fun? Because it's a game. The way I determine if videos do good or not is obviously if they get a lot of views, but also if you guys liked videos. So please do that. Please comment down below. Please, if you want to see more of this, or just comment and say hi or something. I don't know. It does boost my views, and it does boost the algorithm. And while you're down there, consider subscribing. We just got to 80 subscribers, which thank you for that. And yeah, there's nothing much else to say, then I'll catch you guys in the next video. Also, remember there's the giveaway happening in Grow Garden. If you go comment up that video, comment down your username, and I will get around to that. But yeah, there's nothing much else to say, then I will catch you guys in the next video. Stay in good health, and goodbye.